So I have a little bit of space in my basement, so I decided to do a hydroponic crock-key system to grow some greens. And I started these guys in late December. It is now late January. I've actually harvested, as you can see on these plants, I've cut away. You can tell I cut. So I've actually harvested 3 times off of this, enough to feed 2 to 3 people on a green salad. I started these plants at the same time. That plant in the bucket is now about 5'5", I would say, and I've got some suckers that I took off of this plant and I put them in a bucket system here. It's kind of a crock-key but with a bubbler inside. I've got some cucumbers growing here and some beans that are not doing so well. I'm not sure why, but I'll figure it out somehow. Anyway, today I was going to show you what I do here. I have set up these containers. I bought a couple thousand of these at an auction, and I've been struggling with figuring out what to do with them, and now I have a purpose. So I'm liking that. I wanted to show you the plants here. That's the root system. I have some Nourish L in there. It's a product that I was fortunate to come across at work for free. So I have, maybe 40 or 50 of these. They come in a package. They were supposed to be samples that the company would send out to its customers and the potential customers. We also had this at work, so I've been using a little bit of that. I also went to a brew and grow, and I purchased some of this stuff. And your pH up and down, and there's your little pots that I plant my stuff in. And I started in these. That's rock wool cubes that you buy at the brew and grow. And so basically what I have done is I have taken these lids and I found a drill bit. These are called Forstner bit, and I just run that in reverse and drill out the hole for that. And then I take my little net cup and set it right inside there. And in the beginning of the grow, I have found out through YouTube, other growers, that it should touch by a quarter to a half inch of water. The roots find their way, and I guess I did it right because this is working out. These plants are just luscious. And last time I harvested this was about 4 days ago, and already they're ready to harvest some more here. I started some new lettuce in the back there. That's romaine lettuce, and I have a row of that. I have some more that I still have to put into these pots. That's why I'm making these today. And then in here I have lettuce heads eventually, so I thought I'm going to use these coffee pots and or cans and put my little pots in there. Excuse me. The intention is that when the lettuce head grows to be bigger, it will rest on this plastic lid, and we'll see. So my lighting, I took again from work. Something that we're not using a whole lot anymore is the surface mount fluorescent tube fixtures, and then I took some $1.19 plastic fixtures and I wired them together. So I have 4 of those. I have some red and blue LEDs, you know, beaming down. But I gotta tell you, these LED bulbs seem to be what makes this grow as well as they do. Plus these tube lights, one of them is a regular tube light, and that's the bright one, and the second one is a grow light. It's made for growing plants. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that seems to be working for me, you know. And looking at this tomato plant, and I've been cutting back the suckers. I've got a bloom there. I have some more bloom stalks coming here. Get a little focus. And there was one more down here. There's another one down there. That I'm hoping eventually will be a little bit of tomatoes. So like I said, I have these 5-gallon buckets. I bought these lids. They're basically these pots that you put that clay balls in. And this was actually a sucker off of this plant, as well as these. And in here, actually in this container, I also have a aquarium pump which I attached a sprayer to, and when I stick these tomato suckers into this, there's a hole down there. I don't know, there you can see it, and there's the roots. It just starts to shoot out roots there, and eventually I'll plant that into one of my 5-gallon buckets. You know, it's only January, and I thought eventually I was gonna bring these outside and be sort of ahead of the game, but the way this is progressing, I'm thinking I might have some tomatoes coming inside here in a month, maybe. We'll see. So that is the show I had for you today. So basically, making these, I put them on the floor here, and I put a lid on an empty can. I sort of center my Forstner bit, run it backwards, voila, it's done. And yes, sometimes it's funny, the lid unscrews itself because of the twist in motion. But so there it is. It's ready to be put on one of my containers. So I just stick it on there, and then of course I'm going to put some nourishment in here. And my research from the internet was that this, I guess it's pronounced Kratky system, you just put some nourishment in there and let it roll, and that's what I've done. Down here I haven't had no algae. There, I don't see any algae in here. And when I pull these guys up, I'll pull this one up here so you can see. I mean, those roots are very white, and they look healthy. So anyway, that's my show. Thanks.